So I'm thinking just as I go about the internet and how incredibly awesome the internet is in its scope and its breadth, the depth of knowledge that it contains, the way that we can research anything we want to. There is so much information and communication ability inherent in the internet that it is beyond stunning basically. And I'm wondering what this will mean for society going forward. Because never before in history have we had access to so much information, and we know that is correct with a high degree of certainty, and we can communicate, and if we have questions, we can ask the world questions, we can broadcast our thoughts, we can research so easily using the internet. And it is an incredible resource. And I'm wondering how humanity will develop going forward because we have the internet as a platform to start from. I don't think we've had anything like this in the past. We haven't had anything. And it is beyond incredible. And it can only get more impressive as time goes on. Our development of the internet will continue, and we will be able to access information and use what we learn more effectively over time. And it really defies belief what humans would accomplish because we have our internet now. And I'm struggling to find an idea of how we might develop further. It seems to me our knowledge is increasingly being developed. Our access to knowledge is becoming easier. We have our phones now, and we have our computers, obviously. But I'm thinking we will more intimately connect to the internet over time with devices or whatever that are more easily accessible. So we won't have to go to a computer and sit down and browse the internet. We already use our phones, but I'm thinking our watches, our necklaces, or whatever, our jewelry, our clothing will connect to the internet in some fashion. We will be able to connect to the internet increasingly more easily over time, and it's hard to foresee what the implications might be. But it's almost like the internet is extending our knowledge and our ability to process information. It's like individuals are connected to the internet, and the internet is like a part of our brains, it's a part of our thinking. It's not a thing that we go to for information, it is part of us already, in a sense. So it seems to me that the way we use the internet over time will become more and more intimate, and the internet will become much more a part of our normal thinking than it is now. At the moment, if we want to use the internet, then that's what we do. We do something to access the internet. We sit down on a computer, we turn on our phone or whatever, we process the information, we make an effort to find the information. But I'm thinking that in time, in due course, we will access information on the internet more intimately and more easily, and it will become a normal part of our thinking. So we don't have to make an effort to find out things. It will become more a part of how we think, just kind of automatically. So somehow we will automatically use the internet without thinking about it, and it's become part of our brain in an intimate fashion. So I'm thinking how I use my phone a lot at the moment. I use my computer as well, and it is very intimate in a way, but even more closely connected to our brains. There might be something in our glasses that will enable us to access the internet, or our watches, our jewelry, our clothing even. There might be some way of connecting clothing to the internet. So we could just glance at our arm to see what's going on. Our connectivity with the internet will only become more and more intimate over time. And it's hard to know what will come next. But whatever comes next, it will enable us to connect to the internet even more directly than we do now, and more closely and more intimately. And the internet will become an extension of our brains more closely. So it won't be something that we go to, it will be part of us already. And I think that's increasing over time. And it is completely amazing what this means for humanity. It's just extending our abilities, our capabilities so much. It's just stunning what will be happening in due course.